Hello everybody, Sunday racing, holding thumbs. Hopefully we get through Sunday and we can race again at Turffontein. Daryl Marie joining me this morning on Friday morning to talk about the card. The second is a racing today maiden juvenile plate is for the girls, and it's 1160 meters. There are 11 of them line up here on Friday morning. You're reminded about opening your Betway account by scanning that code and getting your activity going with Betway as soon as possible. Now, the early morning market's got Mike the Cox horse number 3, Emerald Forge, top of the boards. It's priced up 14 to 10. We got, courtesy of Betway, comments from the yard about Emerald Forge, and let me just read that to you. She's not as quick as the two recent debut winners that we've had, but she's a nice filly, not too far behind them. It all depends on the quality of the field. Should be better suited to the 14 or a mile, but I expect her to be in the money from the De Kock stable. Thanks to Betway for that. Now, there's another baby in here from Sean Terry's stable, number 1, Crystal Grove, top, who's second favourite, 28 to 10. And then finally, Bronkhorst has also got a first-timer, number 2, Dondayaki, who's priced up at 9 to 2, 7 to 1, and better about the balance. Daryl, bipots, you got to choose from the first-timers, I guess.
Yeah. What I do want to say, Clyde, is Winter's Forge, the dam of Emerald Forge, ran second in the Grade 2 Fillies Nursery. And listen to this, Clyde. Dondoyaki's half-sister, if you recall her, Striker Match, ran third in the Grade 2 Fillies Nursery. She won, Striker Match won her first 2 races as a juvenile. So I've included numbers 2 and 3. You know, Fani Broncos was interviewed. This filly was meant to run on Tuesday at the Vaal, and his comments were, very nice filly, maybe she'll need it. Don't leave her out the quartets. Safe route, Clyde, 2 and 3. I hope I get through.
Okay, 2 and 3. Let's take a look at what we're doing here in the bipot. First leg 2 and 3 by 1 and 2, by Banker 1, by Banker 6, by 4 and 6, and then the whole, just about the whole field at the back. Let's move on now to the next event on the card, the third race on it. See no comments here, no comments in the third at this point in time, but we'll take a look at this maiden class field. It's a 120 grand race, 1160 meters, and then 9 of them that will line up here. Now, the market Friday morning has got that horse of Sean Terry's top of the boards, number 6, Cronus, who's priced up at 22 to 10. 5 to 2 about number 1, Kalish Cyborg. Then 9 to 2 the next one, who's Sean Terry's other runner, 7, Future Nair. And number 2, Mizzen Sword, has been trading at around 7s. It's 10 to 1 and better about the balance. It is the start of the place accumulator. They're maidens that line up. And Daryl, you need to tell us what we have to do, because there'd be a few, I think.
We have to survive.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a few. What are you doing here?
I went numbers 1 and 2, Clyde, but I do believe one of those 2 will run in the top 3. You can't exclude numbers 6 and 7, both of Sean Terry's horses. Now, Cronus, lovely debut, possibly ran above expectations. Disappointed in his second start, but one can say he ran below par, because on debut he finished alongside Barbese, and then last time I'd beaten 8 odd lengths by Barbese. I do, however, think he's looking for further. He got lost midway on debut. I think he needs further. Future Nair, by Futura out of a dam, trained by Doug Campbell, who won over 1800. I think he's also needing further. He could feature in this sort of lineup, but I think ultimately he's going to be looking for further. Kalish Cyborg comes back in trip, and the blinkers get removed. He also loses interest halfway through running. So if he can be in a striking position going through midway, I think he'll fight it out. And then Mizzen Sword, you know, on debut, this was Cronus beat him on debut, but Mizzen Sword got interfered with on that occasion. Then last time out, he also took a squeeze early on in the race. Yeah. I think he's better than his recent form. So I've got numbers Gavin 1 and 2. Yeah.
First time Gavin. Okay.
I've got numbers 1 and 2. One of them will finish in the placings. I've got respect for numbers 6 and 7. However, like I said, I think they're looking for further.
More likely to be 1 and 2 the outcome in this PA first leg. Banker 1 in the second leg. Banker 6 in the third leg. And then you can banker 7 in the second last leg. That's a 32 Rand PA. Race number 4 is a maiden class field, fillies and mares. We'll race them up the straight. They run over the 1160 metres. First leg of the pick 6 on Sunday should run around 25 past 1, all things going well. And Friday morning, 8 to 10 about Mike de Kock and Matthew de Kock's horse number 1, DuPont Emerald. Number 2, Saudi Sweep, is the second choice for Sean Terry at 9 to 2. And then the de Kocks have also got Wearing of the Green later on. Well, in third choice anyway, the 14 horse, the 4-year-old filly, priced up 7 to 1. It's 8 or 10s and better about the balance. So what do you make of the favourite? Hard to beat, or is there something in here?
No, there's nothing in here. By
Hard to
process of elimination,
Yes.
you can bank this filly in all bets. However, what I do want to say is, Clyde, when she moves down to the start, close your eyes.
Okay.
You don't want to see her in the canter past. In saying that, you know, the sting is going to be out the ground, so I think that's certainly going to suit her. I believe her latest efforts is her best to date. You know, Mr. Terry had a horse who finished right alongside her in that race, and if you ask Sean Terry, how does that horse compare to Saudi Sweep, I think
She's
he would
more
laugh.
progressive.
He would
Such
laugh.
a graha.
Yes.
Yes.
He would laugh. So on a line through, Mr. Terry's got a line. I think certainly it's held. Saudi Sweep is held over here. Now, Mr. de Kock and Matthew have got the other companion of here, Wearing of the Green. This filly, when she came to the races, they said she's actually quite decent. The comments pre-race were quite positive. However, if you have a look who she's finished alongside, Clyde. On debut, she finished alongside a battling maiden who's now in PE. And then in her later start, she finished behind 2 fillies, or sandwiched between 2 fillies who are still battling in the maiden ranks. She's been off the track for quite some time, drawn 1. I think she has to improve on what she's shown to date. Interestingly enough, she's having her first start up the straight. So let's see how she goes. But I don't think she'll pose a danger to her stable companion. I think DuPont Emerald will be very, very hard to beat. You know, last time out, there were 3 horses that finished well clear of the balance of the field. So I think she's ready.
Okay, so we got 3 bankers. This one now, DuPont Emerald. We're bankering that horse later on in the next leg, race 5. A horse called Page Boy is our next banker. And then our final banker in the pick 6 comes up in the second last leg. We're bankering Jury's Out. Back with us. Welcome back, everybody. Race 5. This is a maiden class field over 1,600 metres. Friday morning, 10 of them line up. Hopefully that's still the case when it comes to race time. An early look at the market has got 22 to 10 about Tyron Zaki's horse. Number 5, Chieftain's Shield. The second favourite is number 1, Mystic Vision from the Paul Matchett stable. That's priced up at 3 to 1. Also 3 to 1 about number 6, Page Boy, who we know Daryl is bankering in the pick 6. He's going to tell us why in a minute. And number 3, Brigham, is priced up 7 to 1, 10 to 1, and better about the balance. Talk about Page Boy. It's a softer track, one would imagine, and we're doing this Friday morning, but if all goes well, what's the story?
I want to ask you, are you going to be taking 22 to 10 about a horse like Chieftain Shield, having his 12th starts, run a few places? I don't think there's value in that, do you?
No.
He's got a chance on a line through Spy Story. He's certainly got a chance, but I mean, he's much more exposed than horses like Page Boy and Mystic Vision. Let's touch on Mystic Vision. He's been stepped up to a mile now, Clyde. You know, his sire was more a speed sire. His dam sprinted. I've got my reservations. Let's see how he goes, but on breeding, I think it might be a bit of a stretch. Now, Page Boy, in his penultimate start, returning from a layoff, having his first run as a gelding, he got left hopelessly. And he's caught my eye in the latter stages. He stayed on nicely. Then last time out, unfortunately, he came out sluggishly once again. And the track was fast on that occasion. Spy Story went to the front. Chariots of Fire sat on his girth. And the 2 of them dominated. They just quickened at the right time and they stayed on. And Page Boy never got into contention. Now he's having his peak run. The sting is out the ground. It's going to be a testing mile. Even if he comes out sluggishly, I think hopefully he can be midfield in this sort of lineup. And I really, really believe he's got a lot of scope for improvement. I don't think we've seen him what he's capable on the tracks yet. or what he's delivered yet.
Okay.
So I love the lineup that he's taking on over here. It's not a strong lineup whatsoever. I think at 3-1, he does represent value, and we have to have a nibble. What I do want to say, Clyde, is watch out for improvement from number 3, Brigham. He's well held by the favourite, Chieftain Shield, but if this horse can get handy to the pace this time round, I think he could be a trifecta and quartet inclusion. So for me, I'm actually going in order 6 from 3.
Okay, well, Page Boy gets a new jockey. Craig Zacky's now riding. That's the jackpot. 2 bankers and lining up others, as you can see, loading up the other 2 legs. Number 2, One Fell Swoop, is the favourite to win race number 6 on the card. Friday morning was priced up 22-10. 3-1 second favourite, number 6, Just the Two of Us. 1 Troppe Veloci is at 33-10. The 4 Night Vigil is at 6-1. 8-1 the 7 Aralina. Then you can get 9-1 about the 3 Simply Majestic, and 10-1 about number 5 Bosom Buddy. All runners quoted in the market in this event. Does appear to be an open race, although I think One Fell Swoop is probably the horse to beat. What likes the softer track the best, I guess, is the question. Daryl, is it open? How wide are you going? What you doing?
Night Vigil likes the soft track the best.
Okay.
3 starts in the soft, 2 wins and a third. Yeah, Clyde, disappointed last time. I made it be a flat second run after a rest for Night Vigil. I'm not too sure, but in her comeback effort, well, in her first start for Mr. Pettigrew, when she won, she actually had Just the Two of Us behind her, and she should really hold her. What I do want to say, Clyde, is she's drawn towards the outside. I know it's a small field, but the pace looks to be towards the middle inside, and maybe Just the Two of Us, who won a very convincing race last time out with Muzi in the arms, can track the pace once again, and he can deliver her late. Only 52 to shoulder. I don't think there'll be much separating Night Vigil and Just the Two of Us. Can't write off One Fell Swoop. You can see since returning from that layoff, she's really built on each and every start. Just got collared late last time out. It is going to be at 16,000. She's actually never raced over 1,000. She's had 15 sprints to date, so first start over 1,000. But it will be at 16,000. So let's see how she goes. I think this is a very competitive lineup, Clyde, because of my structure of the way I structured my pick 6. I can afford to go the field over here,
yeah.
which is what I did.
Okay.
My top pick is number 6, Just the Two of Us.
Okay, Just the Two of Us perhaps is the horse to beat. We saw that form line being franked with Yamadori winning the other day. And Daryl's got a pick 3 for us. 4 and 6 here, by field by 7 at the back. So we've got a Group 3 running now. Race 7 is the 4 Racing National Currency Sprint, and it's a 275,000 Rand Grade 3. The 10 has come out, unfortunately. That's not going to run, so there will be 9 of them that go to the gate. Now, on Friday morning, the favourite, in terms of the market, had that horse Pistol Pete favourite. It tops the boards, number 2 on the card at 22-10. 3 Truth is in here at 7-2. Then you've got 5-1 about number 1 Chocolate Soldier. 5 Karate Kid is the next best in at 7-1. And then 8-1 about number 7 Rodeo Drive. Also 8-1. You can price that also 8 Rondabosch. Double figures about the balance in the race. Let's talk about Pistol Pete. Have a look at that last start in particular. When Pistol Pete won the race, I think it was a softer track. But they tell me he doesn't really like the soft. Probably did them a favour, I don't know.
That's my concern. I don't like him on the soft track, Clyde.
Yeah.
You know, he's a top horse. Of that there's no doubt. And he's going to win a lot of races if he progresses. But I'm wary with him on a soft track, and I'm wary with this race being over 1,100. Maybe 1,000 on the soft, I'm not too sure, Clyde. But, you know, he's in with a chance. You know, I like him as an individual, but my concern is the soft track. Chocolate Soldier, number 1, he's joint best weighted with Pistol Pete. Let's see how he goes. He's in cracking form. Truth, you know, he's only ever had 1 start up the Turffontein straight. That was on debut when he was very, very impressive, beating Xanthar. Comes right back in distance. Maybe this time around he tracks the pace and he finishes his race off. I can see him fighting out a race of this nature. Danton from Santon, my concern is he's on the outside. The pace looks to be middle inside. I don't know if he's going to be in touch. If he is, Striker can certainly get the best out of him. He'll be doing his best work late. The race doesn't stop there. Some lovely sorts of here. Karate Kid, Lead the Charge.
Yeah.
Ronda Bosch, Xanthar.
Yeah.
But the horse I'm leaning towards is actually the filly of here, Rodeo Drive. Have a look at her. She's only half a kilogram out at the weights, and I think she's had the ideal preparation going into this race. She's a type of filly that can track the pace just off them, and I think she's super fit and primed for this event. So, lovely, lovely race, Clyde. I actually can't wait to watch it. I'm leaning towards number 7.
Okay, so Rodeo Drive, but open, as you can see. There are a number of horses, in fact, all of them in the first leg of this double, taking all of them into the next race. That horse, Jury's Out. 8th race on the card is a handicap. It's at the 99 level, and it's over 1,600 metres. There are 10 of them that line up. Let's look at the Friday morning market for you, give you an idea what shortened, what hasn't when it gets to race time. Well, we know Daryl's quite keen on Candice Dawson's runner here, number 7, Jury's Out, who on Friday morning was 28 to 10. Number 8, Artist Model, is the next best in, priced up at 4 to 1. 5 to 1 about number 5, Wafif. And number 1, Storm Brasco, is priced up at 7 to 1. You can get 7 to 1, the 4, Command Pilot. And the 3, Master Christmas, is 8 to 1. And then double figures about the balance of them in this race. Well, there's a few in here that have got chances, but I guess we'll find out from Daryl what's going on with Jury's Out and why he's so bullish, and what his view is on Artist's Model, whom we saw the other day.
Yeah, Artist's Model let the side down last week, Clyde. But you know what?
But he said it needed the run, didn't he?
Yes, I wish I got those comments prior to that, because in the comments it said we'll need the run and the run will bring him on. And you know who my horse is, Clyde. Don't cry for me.
Yes.
So I certainly would have included him. I was very disappointed. Clyde, have a look at this race. Wafif must have a chance. He likes the giving the ground. Zuzan, have a look at him, Clyde. He goes well on a soft track. 3 from 7. He shows pace. Storgate number 1. We've seen Main Defender win from there. We've seen Mercantile win from there. He could be the joker in the pack. I have, however, ended up on number 7, Jury's Out, and I'll tell you why, Clyde. I think the race is going to be run to suit. Hopefully, Zuzan pings the gates and Gavin can slot in behind him and get the run of the race. Now, last time out, Clyde, over this very same course and distance, which he seems most effective over, he got beaten by his stable companion Player. Now, the two of them finished well clear of the balance of the field. Player rating subsequently got increased by the maximum £6, and it was a middle stakes, so Jury's Out couldn't pick up a penalty. He races off the very same mark, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that he achieved a much higher rating than a 90 in his last start. So all he has to do is reproduce a similar effort, and he should go very close to winning. I bankered him because I think the race is going to be run to suit. The stable's in form. Everything is ticking the right boxes for him. So banker number 7, Jury's Out, respect for Wafif, Zuzan. I don't know what else to say.
That's enough. The fact that this horse Jury's Out runs off the same rating at this last start, off a 90, speaks for itself. And Daryl's pointed out for everybody, we're going in with Jury's Out to win the 8th race.